Hello, Henry. Welcome to your first East Bank Weekly. It's good to have you here for the first time.
Well, hopefully that's what people say.
Yeah, yeah. And firstly, just give the viewers a bit of an insight as to what you do for the club.
Yeah, so this is my first full-time, media job in football. I studied 3 years of sports journalism at the University of Gloucestershire, and I've been, meaning to get into football journalism. That's something I'm passionate about. And when this opportunity came around for me to work as the media and marketing manager, I thought it was a great opportunity for me to sort of, express my ideas, express my skills I've learned from university, express all this sort of passion I have for football really and working within a football club. And I really do feel like, 3 or 4 months down the line it is starting to sort of all come together.
And you started the role in September. What would you say the main challenges you faced are?
Yeah, so going into my first full-time job, it was quite a jumping in at the deep end, I think some people call it, is the term is, it was quite an exciting role when I first joined. And I think, having this sort of, I can see it as a massive canvas, a big painting canvas, and being given the opportunity to, present my ideas, your ideas, the media team that I've managed to instill at the football club's ideas. I think that's something that we managed to start to do well. And obviously that was the main challenge when I first started was, it was initially, just me working, 2, 3, 4, 5 people's jobs at times, which, I don't mind. I like to work hard. I like to do what's needed to do for the football club. So yeah, I think the main challenges would be that, initially it was the lack of man hours really. There's only so many hours of work you can do during the day and during the week, and I think as we managed to sort of employ a media team that I rely on and that I can trust to do work when I'm not around, for example, when I need to put my attention on something else, people like you, people like, Kirsten, who's been recently, and other students who have helped out during the year so far have been a real help during that. Another challenge for me would be that, I'd argue that maybe our equipment isn't quite where I'd like it to be. That's something that I speak to the club about all the time, and it's not something that's a major issue, but it's just something that I'd like to sort of perfect and work on as the weeks go by as well.
Afternoon.
Yeah?
All good?
Any kind words, Alf, you have to say for the camera?
Shout out to Henry and Connor. They're doing a great job and doing themselves and the club proud. I think we're taking leaps and bounds into the 21st century. Yeah? 22nd century now, is it?
No,
No, it's 21st still. 21st.
Okay.
So you talked about the challenges you faced. What were your favourite parts about the job?
I'd just like to stress that the challenges aren't, major challenges. They're something that I and the rest of the media team that I've managed to bring together have worked on well, and I do think we do a good job at working with what we do have. And I think, as Alf just said then, bringing the media into the 21st century is something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I want to do with this football club. It's something where I feel the ideas we have do sort of pioneer at times. I think that's what I want to try and do, is bring ideas to the football club that maybe no one's tried before. And I think being a young man who has loads of new ideas just come out of football sports journalism, I think it's an exciting time for me to present those ideas to a load of football fans, passionate football fans as well, and I hope that gets across to them as well.
Yeah, and you mentioned these ideas. One of the main features of what we've been doing in the media team is the video stuff. Is there any updates you can give to the fans about that?
Yeah, so obviously the videos work is something that we're hard on working with, and it's something that we do want to try and do more of, because at the end of the day it's what fans want to see. We did a recent poll where we sort of asked them, what do you want to see, and the results were overwhelming really. I thank all the fans that did eventually vote on that poll. It was great to see your response to the tweet we put out, and most of them voted for the inside training and video work we do. So I think that's something we're going to work on more on during the week. And obviously there was a bit of a vote for some of the teammates and the quizzes we do as well. So obviously in due course we'll make sure we'll get some more videos done for them as well. And there's a lot more matchday videos and a lot more matchday videos ideas we do have. I've been bringing in a few people. A lot of people know them. Jake Williams, the young vlogger who does a lot of work on his own YouTube channel. We've decided, for one reason or another, but it's something that we don't need to go into at this time. It's something where we wanted to sort of protect Jake and make sure he was under the wing of the football club and ensure that he's able to still do his vlogs, which are very good, by the way. I do think they're very good, and I think there's talent there, media-wise, that we can work with and make sure that he's media ready when he gets into full-time media work, and I have no doubt he'll have a great career in football media as the years go by. The other thing we're trying to work on is the matchday moment videos. Obviously it's been difficult when it's just been me, you and one other, it's been difficult to sort of do all the other media roles that have to come first. And I do think that now we're starting to get more of a regular team and a bit more of a, more numbers in place. I think it's an exciting time media-wise for the football club.
Yeah, you talk about the exciting time. Are there any targets? It's 2020 now. Are there any targets for this year that you have that you want to hit in all sorts of social media?
Yeah, I'm. As I tell you all the time, I'm a perfectionist. I do like to sort of set myself challenges. I do like to sort of be the best at what I do, and I do think in these short amounts of time, there's been times where I do think, we have sort of progressed the club medially further on, and I do think there's still room for improvement. I'm never happy with where I am, so the main goals for me would be our social media platforms. At the moment we're on Twitter, we're on 37,000 followers nearly. Facebook, I think we're nearly on 10,000. Instagram, we've just hit 8,000 followers, which is great, and I thank all the fans who do follow us. The main goal for that is to hit 10,000 followers, just so we can add more features onto our Instagram and get more interaction with fans, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about interacting with fans, and it's about showing the fans what they want to see. And I do think, with the social media platforms we do have, they have been growing, they have been developing, and I'm proud of what we've done so far, but I still think there's room for improvement, and I hope the fans can see that we are working on what we want to achieve with the football club. Everything we do is for the fans, is for what they want to see as well. Along with these social media platforms we do have, we're looking into new social media platforms as well. I see a lot of football clubs are now going into TikTok. I'm someone who likes to be, ahead of the game, if you will, when it comes to football media in general. So that's another social media platform that you and I have looked at. Danny is a great guy to work with media-wise. He's someone who's always suggesting ideas for us to go ahead with and work with. And, the players here are great as well. They've definitely, been very media happy to work with me. There are times when it's been, a bit of a laugh and a joke here and there, but it's, there's a time and a place for it. And we've sort of learned that as the months even have gone by. And, it's an exciting time for the football club's media, and I do hope that, at the end of the day, that the fans enjoy it and they're happy with the work we do, then I can't ask much more, really. Yeah. So just to reiterate, even though, this is quite a short East Bank Weekly, and obviously it's because people are quite busy with other exciting news that I'm sure will come out through our media channels at some point in the near future. I just want to thank the fans for being so supportive so far and, welcoming me into the football club. It's been a great opportunity for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the next year holds, and I think it's an exciting time if you're an Aldershot Town fan. And if you ever see me at a home game or an away game, please do feel free to say hello to me. I'm not going to bite, I'm quite approachable, and if there's any ideas you have too, please do let me know, and I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday against Chorley.
Click here for the next video, click here to subscribe.